Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Talk with EJ. We're back again with a slice dose of motivation served with truth with a sprinkle of pure vibes. My name is Jerry, your host for today. And it's another Wednesday, another midweek. Oh gosh, like Wednesdays are usually the toughest because the week is just starting, but at the same time it's just about to end. But that's what it is. Anyways, we're gonna start like as usual. We're gonna start off with our quote for today, which is speak what you want into existence. Don't give recognition to the misfortunes in front of you because that would only give it power. Rather, speak what you know will happen and what you want to manifest and live your life in that reality. That way, whatever happens right now does not phase you. So, there are some of us that just speak without caution. We just say things. We forget that our words as human beings, as creators of the Most High God, our words are powerful. The things we say are powerful. So when we continue to give recognition to the misfortunes in front of us, that's exactly what you're going to see. So what you say is what you see. What you perceive is what's going to be your reality. So if you look at a problem as a problem, it becomes a problem. If you look at a problem as a solution, it becomes a solution. So only speak of the things you want to see manifest, not necessarily what is you're seeing around you, what you're currently going through. All right, so today is kind of like a chill day. We're going to be talking about something something very simple but difficult at the same time, and also hard to comprehend. And the topic for today is, who are you? Ooh, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? That's usually a hard question to answer. Who are you? And a lot of people always get it wrong. So when they say, who are you? Oh, my name is this. That's not who you are. That's your name. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to make a list of who you're not, right? So in totality, you are not just your name. It's just your name. It is a title that was given to you. Oh, who are you? My name is this. No, that's your name. That's not who you are. You are not what you do for a living. That's just what you do for a living. A lot of us identify ourselves based on what we do. So who are you? I am this. I am the head of this. I am the manager of this. I rule this. That's just what you do. That's not who you are. Who you're not. You are not what people say you are. A lot of us, me personally, I can testify to this. I used to be very conscious about what people said about me. So whenever someone told me I was a bad person, automatically, I must be bad, I must be a bad person. But you are not who people say you are. You can only become who people say you are when you have not come to the full understanding of who you are, first of all. So please, any name somebody calls you, any insult someone throws at you, that's just their perception. And a lot of times people put their own insecurities on you. Probably they are weak, and then because they know they are weak, they want to make themselves feel better by calling you weak, because they know that they don't have a good heart, and they want to make themselves feel better by accusing you of that. So when you start to take those things and internalize them and start to believe them, then you start to form a perception about you that is untrue. So you are not what people say that you are. And also, you are not your past. You are not your past. I'm going to repeat it for someone out there that needs to hear this. You are not your past. Whatever thing you did back in the day, that was then. We evolve every day. You know, people, sometimes we live in our past. Oh, I did this. We sink ourselves in our regret. Oh, how could I have done this? That's who I am. I did this, and that's me. That's my karma. That's my reality. No, you're not your past. Your past is just an experience that you just happen to go through. And a lot of times we find ourselves, I used to do this as well, we find ourselves staying in a situation we are supposed to be going through. You know, so it's like having a tunnel, and God says, okay, you're going to pass through this tunnel to the other side, and I want you to go pick up something from that tunnel and then take it to the other side. And we get in the tunnel and we decide to build a tent in the tunnel, and we decide to create a fireplace, a couch, a living room, kitchen, bathroom, and basically live in a situation that we're just only supposed to pass through. So you are not your past. So it is unhealthy for you to stay in the regret or stay in that place of past experience. You are not your past. Again, for someone out there, you are not your past. And also, you are not your mistakes. This also, I mean, in line with what we said before about who you're not. You're not your mistakes. Your mistakes are actually the things that shape you to becoming who you are. If you didn't make those mistakes, you wouldn't have the knowledge that you have now. You won't be able to tell the stories that you can tell people now. You won't be able to have that reality that you have right now. See, mistakes are actually blessings in disguise. I mean, some people might not agree, but mistakes are a blessing. I see them as blessings. I see them as the things that panel beats us into shape. If we don't fail, we will not understand and appreciate success. So the only way you can see success and appreciate is when you've tasted failure at some point in your life. So if you find yourself making a mistake, embrace it. It's part of growth. It's part of life. It's part of being human. Okay, so I'm going to just name some fun facts here and kind of like elaborate on what I think on them. So the first fact is nobody can place more value on you than you do on yourself. Nobody can place more value on you than you do on yourself. The only way someone can value you is totally dependent on how you value yourself. Some of us don't value ourselves, and then we put the responsibility on another person to value us. Maji, if you don't put a price tag on you, everyone's going to see you and create a price tag for you regardless. So the difference between a Louis Vuitton and the clothes you buy in the market is the value that is being placed on that. Is a fabric, right? So you can Louis Vuitton, you and Louis Vuitton can go to the same market, buy the same fabric, make the exact same outfit, but the prices are different. Why? Because Louis Vuitton has created value for their product. They said to themselves, my product is worth this, and if you want to buy it, that's fine. If you don't want to buy it, then go to the next door neighbor and get what you want for free or get what you want cheaper. So the value you place on a thing, your value you place on yourself is exactly the same way people are going to receive you. So if you walk around thinking like I am nothing and thinking like, oh, nobody likes me, there's nothing good about me, guess what? That's exactly how we're going to treat you. We're not going to treat you good. We're going to look at you as there is nothing good about you because that's what you've called yourself. That's how you look at yourself. That's how you've perceived yourself. So it starts with you. It always starts with you. It doesn't start with some other person. You can't leave that expectation on somebody else to value you when you haven't valued yourself. You haven't valued your time. You haven't valued your property, like anything that belongs to you. You don't value your body. You don't value your mind. The world is just going to take advantage of that. So if you have value for yourself, everybody, I promise you, everybody around you is going to align, whether they like it or not. So that's the good way for you to be able to select who has the right to have access to you. Because when you place value on yourself, so you'll be able to know, okay, these are the ones that can afford it, and these are the ones that cannot afford it. So you kind of like place people where they belong. But if you're a free agent, they will throw you this way, they'll throw you that way, throw you up, throw you down. You just be anyhow. By the time you know it, you are exhausted. You're worn out because you haven't carved a place for yourself and placed yourself there and given yourself that room to be able to stand tall and say, you know what, there's something special about me, and I'm going to embrace this spectacular thing about me. And anyone else that cannot embrace that about me, then that's fine. Be okay with people not liking you. It is not everyone that's supposed to like you. It's anyone that's supposed to be your friend. It's anybody that's supposed to be, your buddy. Place people where they belong. Don't just leave yourself open for anyone or anything or any event. Carve a niche, carve a structure for yourself. All right. So next point, you cannot recognize your value outside of your creator. You see, like we all know, I'm very spiritual. I love God. Oh my gosh, I'm a Jesus girl any day, any time. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, somebody. See, the best way for you to recognize who you are is by recognizing who your creator is. You cannot find yourself. You cannot know who you are outside of the person that created you. None of us here none of us here popped out of nowhere. I mean, like the Bible says, we're all created and formed. Before the Bible says, before I formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. So if he knew you before he formed you, when you come to that knowledge of self-awareness and you found out, like, look, I am lost and I cannot find my way, I cannot find my path, the best solution to your problem is to go back to the person that knew you before you were born, that knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. You cannot go through life and trying to figure out who you are on your own. I mean, if you're trying, good luck. Let me know how that was working out for you. But you can't recognize, and even if you say, like, I don't believe in God, trust me, one way or the other, you have something that you believe in, that's something that you look to. There's a higher power. There's always a higher power. So if you cannot find yourself, you cannot find your calling, your purpose, I think it's time for you to retrace your steps and go back to your creator. Go back to the person that formed you. That's the only way you can find yourself. You can't recognize yourself outside your creator. Imagine if I created this pen, and I all the features of this pen was put by me. I know what each function is. I know what each button is supposed to do. If this pen is trying to find itself, it can't do that without asking me that placed those functions there, what those functions are supposed to be used for. So you can't say, this pen cannot say, I want to go and find myself outside of me that created it. Same thing with God. You can't say, God, I want to go and take my own path without going back to God and saying, God, you know what? You created me. I have no idea what my tomorrow is. I don't have any idea what my life what my life means, or what life means to me. Show me, teach me, direct me, like let me know that thing you know about me that I don't know about myself, because he definitely knows something about you that you don't know about yourself. So again, you cannot find or recognize yourself outside of your creator. And then also the next point, if you walk outside of God, you will never come to the understanding of who you are. It kind of goes in line with what we just said before. If you walk outside of God, you can never come to the understanding of who we are. Sometimes, some of us think we know. That's the thing. It's funny. We think we know. I've found it. I've found what I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing it. It's in totality. There is no way you can find your full potential or everything that there is about you outside of the person that created you. My darling, you cannot walk outside of God's direction. You can't. It's like it is what it is. But you only find yourself 25% or find yourself 50%. But to think you can find yourself 100% outside of the person that brought you into this world, good luck. Let me know how that goes for you. So you can never come to the understanding of who you are outside of God. So it's the best way for you to go back and find out who you are is by going back to your creator. There's this book I read this year, and it's called The Purpose Driven Book. That book changed my life. It's a game changer. I would advise everybody, if you are lost, if you are in that place in your life where you feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, I have no idea what I'm doing, I don't have no idea where I'm going, what am I here for, I don't feel fulfilled, I'm doing so many things, but I don't feel that satisfaction, I don't feel like there's still something missing in my life, I would say go and read that book, The Purpose Driven Book. Go read it. Go read it. It will change your life. And I promise you, once you read that book, you are going to find out what your purpose is. It sounds easy. It happened to me. I read that book this year, and I will tell you, for the longest time, I was always in that loophole. Okay, fine. I can do so many things, but where do I belong? I can do A, I can do B, but what is my calling? What is that thing? Where am I supposed to place myself? Where am I supposed to offer service? What am I supposed to be doing with my life to feel like I'm fulfilling purpose? Until I read that book, and it changed my life forever. So I would recommend it to everyone. So go out there, get the book, and read it. And before we continue, we're going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'll continue with this. So stick around.
There are many mistakes people make in the Ember season, especially Christmas. And that's why I brought Bernice here today. B.
Hey, hello.
B, don't come. Are you still shocked from the request I made before we went on? Please don't say it. I just asked her for something. She was like, what's your spec? Hey,
oh my
that's
God.
like someone giving a blank check. Baby, I like them tall, dark, handsome, slim, no six pack, pot belly,
Oh my God.
Anyway, I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. Don't tag my mother. Don't tag my father. You didn't hear anything. Bernice, let's get down to business. It's good to have you here on the show again.
Thank you.
It's Christmas, and girls like myself who, we like fine guys, and it's
likewise me.
Christmas period.
Sweet
Everybody
guys.
seems to be looking very sweet this December. What's your advice when it comes to relationship and picking the Ember month to want to make that choice?
Hi, welcome back to Real Talk with AJ. I'm your host, Eno Jerry, and today we are kind of discussing about who you are, or who are you. We're trying to ask the questions, who are you, who are you? I mean, please feel free, leave comments below. Let me know if you found yourself. Let me know if you've come to the understanding of who you are, or if you are still lost and trying to find out answer this question. Hit us up. Let us know. Okay, so we're giving some fun facts about recognizing yourself, and one of the facts that we have here is when you know love, you know God, and when you know God, you know yourself. It's this. If you looking at this, there's the way it is. Everything about us still goes back and centers around God. So we say we know love. You can't find love outside of God because God is love, and you cannot find yourself outside of God because God is the one that created you. So in the journey to self-discovery, I would say, please go back to your Creator. Go back and ignite that spirit man. Go and wake up that spirit man. A lot of us are asleep. Too many of us are asleep. A lot of us are. The reason why the world is not balanced is because there are a lot of us that are not pulling our weight based on that's. By that I mean you are not doing what you were called to do. You are busy doing things, but not necessarily what you were called to do. So please, this is a plea. To make the world, one of the reasons why we have this podcast is for us to have these conversations. Is the world would be a much better place if everybody was living in their purpose, doing what they need to be doing, spreading love, being kind, just living in that place of love and awareness of who they are. Because trust me, the moment you find out who you are, it becomes very hard for you to compare yourself to anyone, because you would realize and also recognize that there is no one on earth that looks anything like you, that sounds anything like you, that thinks like you, that even behaves the way you behave. So that means you are 1 in 7 billion. That's the beauty of self-discovery. That's the beauty of self-awareness. That's the beauty of self-understanding. And also that's the beauty of recognizing yourself with God, in God. So if you know love, you know God. You cannot say you know love and you know not God. So because God is love, like God is love. So if you know love, that means you know God. You cannot know God outside of love. You cannot know love outside of God. And if you know God, you know yourself. So basically, knowing love is kind of directly linked to knowing yourself. And that's why any book, any self-help book out there will tell you the first step to recognizing and being in the place of happiness is to love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Self-love cannot be overemphasized. Self-love cannot be overemphasized. I'm going to say that again twice because it's that important. Self-love is the beginning of everything. Because the moment you love yourself, you will be able to value yourself. And the moment you value yourself, then the whole world would align and value you, especially as women. Because I'm particularly this conversation for me is particularly tending towards women, because I've had the opportunity to interact with a lot of young girls, women, older, younger, and I see a lot of women struggling with this insecurity of not loving themselves and not being able to understand who they are and what their place is and what their purpose is. And we walk around believing that we are what the world says we are. No, you only belong here. No, you only belong there. No, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. But we have struggled for so long to find our place as women in the society. And we've not come to that full understanding that women are literally the most powerful essence that God has ever created. I mean, the woman is kind of in the Bible, it's kind of compared to the Holy Spirit, comforter, nurturer, like the one that takes care. So a woman, the essence of a woman is so powerful. It's so powerful. I mean, we see it manifest here and there. But the thing is, our women have not come to that understanding that they are a force to be reckoned with. Women are beautiful. Women are powerful. And if you're a woman, you should feel proud to be born a woman, to be called a woman. You're not lesser than anybody else. You are the solution that God created for mankind. The moment you realize that, you will start to see yourself in that light. You don't need to sell yourself short to be recognized. You don't need somebody else to validate you before you can feel value, because the women are basically seed carriers. They are seed carriers and they are nurturers. And a woman also has the multiplication effect. So basically, like, I was listening to a sermon the other day, and the man said, whatever you give to a woman, she doubles it and gives it back to you. If you give her a sperm, she doubles it and gives you a child. If you give her a house, she doubles it and gives you a home. You give her groceries, she doubles it and gives you food. You give her problems, she doubles it and gives it back to you. So whatever it is, so that means the women, we have capacity. We have depth. We have God created us in such a way that we can take a whole lot. That's why we can carry children, and your body literally expands and then pulls back when the child is born. That means there's something spectacular about the female race, and I want every woman out there to hear me. There is something spectacular about you. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Even if you haven't heard anything I've said today, hear this. There is something spectacular about you. Take that home, marinate on that, meditate on that, read up on that. You trust me. Come back and tell me I'm wrong, because I know I ain't wrong. And also, finally, the value that God has placed in and on a woman is far more valuable than the rarest gem, and you are far more precious than rubies. The Bible says this. I mean, go and study the book of Proverbs. You can say this. Proverbs 31 has given us a whole breakdown of how God sees a woman. So please, today is just I think today was more about I was feeling the ladies today. I was feeling like, I feel like one or two ladies need to hear this, because over the past few days I've been interacting with a lot of women, and I've heard so many saddening stories and experiences that kind of left a mini that make me not feel so good. And I feel like if someone needs to hear this, you are spectacular. You are beautiful. You are precious. You are kind. You are the rarest gem. You are more precious than rubies. So love yourself. I mean, I know we are going to have a whole full topic with a panel of discussion on this topic of self-love, because self-love, again, is not vanity. Self-love is placing value on yourself and walking in that understanding of who you are. recognize yourself, go back to God, let him lead you back to where he is. Let him lead you back to where his intention for you is, because some of us are just walking around aimlessly. We haven't found where we belong. We try here, we try here, we try here. And there's this thing that I always say: when you are in a place and you've invested time, you've invested money, you've invested resources, you've invested contacts, you've invested so many things on a thing, and a whole year passes by and you haven't reaped any fruit from that investment, you are planting on the accursed ground. So basically, the ground which we are putting your investment in is not a fertile ground for you. So, because there is no way, even look at nature, for example. If you plant a seed this year, 12 months will not pass without that seed popping up and basically becoming something. So they can't tell me that you made an investment and a whole year you put in so much time, you put in hard work, dedication, consistency, and you haven't seen results. My darling, you are backing at the wrong tree. You are planting at the wrong soil. So again, how do you understand that if you're backing at the wrong soil? Go back to the word. Go back to go back to your maker. Go back to the person that would lead you, that would guide you. Look, I'm a Jesus girl, and I cannot overemphasize this. So yeah, that's basically it. Today I would just want you guys to leave a comment below. Tell me your experience. Tell me if you found yourself. Tell me how that went. If you're still on the journey to find yourself, also tell me how that was. I really want to interact with you guys. I really want to hear this, because this show is not just about me, it's about us. So your feedback is important. Let me know. Let's talk. Let's interact, and then let's vibe. It's all about pure vibes over here, you know. So that's about it today. Please go do something loving and kind for yourself today. Please make me a promise. Try and do something kind for yourself today. I love you all. My name is Jerry. I'm your host on Real Talk with Jerry, and I'll see you next time.